What's up, coders? And welcome back to ProgrammingLearn. In today's video, we're going to build this awesome and super simple weather app using Python. You'll be able to type in any city in the world, click a button, and get the live weather conditions instantly. We'll be using the Tkinter library to build the graphical user interface, and we'll fetch real-time data from a professional weather API. It's easier than you think, and by the end of this video, you'll have a fully functional desktop app. Ready to build it? Let's get into the code. Alright, before we start, make sure you have the requests library installed. If you don't, just open your terminal or command prompt and type pip install requests and press enter. That's all you need. Now let's break this down line by line. First up, we have our imports. We're importing Tkinter as TK, which is Python's standard library for creating GUIs. We use as TK as a shortcut so we don't have to type Tkinter every single time. Then we import requests, the library we just installed, which makes it incredibly easy to send HTTP requests to APIs online. API_key is our personal access key. Now, you can't use this exact one because I'll have deactivated it. You need to get your own, but don't worry, it's completely free. Let me show you how. First, you're going to head over to OpenWeatherMap.org. Once you're there, look for the sign in button at the top. From there, you can create an account. Just fill out the form. It's quick and easy. Once you've signed up and logged in, click your username in the top right corner. In the drop-down menu, you'll see a link that says My API Keys. Click that. You'll see a default key has already been generated for you right here. All you need to do is copy this key. Base_URL is the specific web address or endpoint of the API we're getting our data from. Now for the fun part. We define a function called get_weather. This function will contain all the logic for fetching the city name, calling the API, and updating our app with the weather details. The first thing our function does is get the text from the user's input box, which we'll create later and call city_entry. We use the .get method to grab that text. Then we have a simple if statement. If not city, basically checks if the user left the box empty. If they did, we update our result label to tell them to enter a city and then return, which stops the function right there. This try except block is the core of our app. First, we create a params dictionary. This is how we tell the requests library what information to send to the API. Q stands for query, which is our city. Apid is our API_key. And I've added units, metric here, which tells the API to give us the temperature in Celsius instead of the default, which is Kelvin. A nice little user-friendly touch. We wrap our API call in a try block. This is good practice because network requests can fail if your internet is down. Inside, we call requests.get, passing our base_URL and our params. The API sends back data in a format called JSON, and the .json method automatically converts that data into a Python dictionary, which is super easy to work with. We store that in the data variable. The API response includes a status code. A code of 200 means everything was successful. So we check if data.get cod equals 200. If it is, we dive into the dictionary to pull out the data we need. Data name gives us the city's name. Data main temp gives us the temperature. And data weather 0 description gives us a text description like clear sky or light rain. We use .capitalize to make the first letter uppercase. We then use an F string to format this information nicely and update our result_label. If the code is not 200, it means the city wasn't found. So we update the label with a city not found message. And finally, if anything else goes wrong, like a network error, our except block will catch it and display a generic error message. The rest of the code sets up our graphical user interface. Root equals tk.tk creates the main application window. .title and .geometry set the window's title and its starting size. tk.entry creates the text input box where the user will type the city name. tk.button creates our button. Notice the command equals get_weather. This is the magic link. It tells Tkinter to run our get_weather function every time this button is clicked. tk.label creates the label where our results will be displayed. It starts out with empty text. For each of these widgets, we use .pack, which is a simple way to place them in the window, one below the other. The pad Y adds a little vertical padding for spacing. And finally, the most important line, root.mainLoop. This command starts the Tkinter event loop. It tells the program to open the window and just wait for user interaction like a button click. This line has to be at the very end. And that's it. Let's run it. I can type in a city like Paris, click Get Weather, and boom, we get the live temperature and conditions right from the API. How cool is that? In just about 50 lines of code, you've built a real-world application that connects to the internet and displays live data. You can expand this by adding humidity, wind speed, or even weather icons. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more Python tutorials, and let me know in the comments what you'd like to build next. Thanks for watching, and happy coding!